It's interesting when we look up the word God, which we've been taught to refer to the Most High. We see that in the dictionary, it has a couple meanings. The first one, it's geared more towards Christianity, as you can see there. But the second one is interesting because the second part is a spirit worshipped as having power over nature or human fortunes. A deity. So it's very interesting that it says that, because the other narrative, the first one, gives you what Christianity wants us to think of it. Another interesting thing that I saw is when under the word God, we see Gad, G-A-D. And in Isaiah 65:11, we are told, but we are those who forsake Yahweh, who forget his set apart mountain and prepare a table for Gad. It's interesting, that word Gad, because when we look it up in the concordance, we see that Gad here, it means what? Wow, well, that G-A-D is connected to that, right? Well, that's under that G-O-D part. So Gad, God, Gad. And who is Gad? Gad is the Babylonian deity, the god of fortune. So when we take a moment to fact check everything, test everything, as we're told by scripture, religion twists everything, right? So we got to straighten things out. And when we see that Gad, God, is the Babylonian deity, right? A deity, which is Satan, Lucifer. And we're actually told by these celebrities that they sold their soul to them, and that's how they get their fortune. This is even why in our money it's written, in God they trust. We don't trust God because we trust Yahweh. But here we see that God is the God of fortune, the one who's in charge of giving people fortune. And that is who we're worshiping in these days. That is who the people of this world have been taught to worship without knowing. But hey, if you didn't know, now you know. So since we realize that we're in Babylon, which is confusion, we got to come out of that and straighten out our own path, since salvation is personal. So what do we must do? Fact check everything. Come out of Babylon. And when we fact check, we start seeing that Yahweh established his name from scripture, from the Torah. And his name means he who causes to exist. So it doesn't mean fortune. So when we look at scripture, we see that in Shemot, or Exodus 23:13, we're told to not even mention the names of false ones. Don't even let it hurt coming out of our lips. And these titles and names that we got taught by this world contradict scripture.